Predavač je na Oksfordskom univerzitetu i gost je brojnih seminara posvećenih mobilnim tehnologijama, a ovom prilikom predstavit će i svoju novu knjigu. Ja sada pozivam, Mr. Ahonen, before you start the presentation, could you just please briefly tell us, what is this book about?
So, it's my 12th book. It's the first book written specifically about mobile money and mobile payments. This is the official launch event for Pearls Volume 3, Mobile Money, and I want to thank Telenor very kindly because every one of you will walk away with a copy of this. So in that sense, that this is very much my honor and pleasure to make Serbia the place where Belgrade, where this book was launched. So it will have a very special place also in my heart for coming here and always remembering this book, that it was launched here. Thank you. So, I'm Tomi Ahonen, and I like to tell stories about mobile and the future of mobile. So let me tell you first a little story about your future. Those of you who are old enough to have gray in your hair, there are a few of us in this room, this is maybe a story about your next grandchild. For many of you in this room, this is a story about your next child, or maybe your first child, for the young ones in this room. They will be asking you at some time, so this is maybe 7, 8 years into the future, you will have your little grandchild on your knee, and they will say, "Oh, Grandpa, what was it like when you were small?" And you have to tell the story for this nice young person, what was life like long ago? You will tell a story. When I was young, can you believe we actually built houses for telephones? Houses which had real roofs, which had windows, which had doors. You would walk into the house to visit the telephone. And your little 5-year-old would look at you and say, "Grandpa, I don't believe you." Because people would walk away with the telephone. So I said, no, there was a cable. The telephone was actually connected. And so if you see yourself, if you visit London, you go somewhere with one of those phone booths, take a picture of yourself in the phone booth, because they will disappear. So a little story from your future. Let's talk a little bit about mobile and money. So people are asking me what will happen with mobile and convergence, and I think it will be mobile which will kill cash. Not checks, not credit cards, not debit cards, not contactless, not PayPal. It will be mobile which will kill cash, and I will show you why. So, let's first of all start with the size of the mobile industry. Most of you know these kind of numbers. Europe is far ahead, so we know how big it is. The world has 1.2 billion personal computers, 1.7 billion television sets, 2.2 billion people have a bank account, 2.1 billion people have a bank account, but 5.2 billion people have an active mobile phone account. There's nothing to compare it to. We are at the point where toothbrushes, more people have a mobile phone than a toothbrush. It's that crazy. But the size we can understand. The more difficult part comes with how addicted are we with mobile phones. On this we have interesting numbers. Nokia measured. The average person on the planet looks at their mobile phone 150 times a day. That's once every 6.5 minutes you have to look at your mobile phone. Did someone call me? What is the message? What time is it? What is my next appointment? Look at the picture, the video, play a little bit Angry Birds. Whatever it is we do with our mobile phone, every 6.5 minutes you have to look at it. Tomi speaks 20 minutes today. During my speech, you will look down at your phone 3 times. That's average. So, but it gets to the crazy point now. We do use the mobile phone in the toilet. When you take a toilet break, you take your mobile phone with it. So that's where you check your messages, that's when you go to Facebook, etc. You don't want to admit to your friends, but you go to the toilet, the mobile phone comes with you. Yes. So, but then let's think about how important is it? Not just how big, not just how addicted, but how important is it for us? Jeffrey Hazlett knows something about importance. Chief Marketing Officer of Kodak. He said that it used to be, before, that photographs were the most important non-living thing that normal people, intelligent people, would run into a burning building to save. The photographs. That's the picture of grandfather and grandmother when they got married. That's the picture of our child's graduation party. That's the picture of the birth of the children, etc. So, the most important thing used to be photographs. Not anymore. Now, mobile phones have replaced that. Chief Marketing Officer of Kodak tells us mobile has become the most important thing in our lives. How crazy? In England, they measured 10% of the British population has been so busy sending text messages or doing something on their mobile phone that they've actually crashed into something else. 10% of the total British. You've all done that somewhere. You crashed into something. I know. I've done it many times myself. It's a crazy industry. So now, let's take that and let's think about it. Most of you are in the money business in some way. Some of you are with the banking industry. Most of you are merchants or in some way involved with money. Imagine perfect money. I don't mean US dollars. I just mean imagine perfect money. If this thing could somehow be made perfect, what would perfect money have? Perfect money would have a screen. Paper doesn't have a screen. Perfect money would have a screen. Look what happens in Singapore today. When you land in Singapore, the telecom network will tell you, hello, Mr. Ahonen, welcome to Singapore. The exchange rate from Hong Kong dollar to Singapore dollar is this. Depending on where your mobile phone comes from, Serbia, it will tell you what the exchange rate is. You come from Sweden, it will tell you, Swedish crown. If you come from, France, it will tell you euro versus Singapore dollar, etc. Imagine if money had a screen, how much more powerful it would be. How about if money remembered? If money had a memory? This is what we are starting to see. All over, all kind of businesses are now putting QR codes, quick response codes, 2D barcodes. So Pepsi knows how many times Tomi drinks Pepsi. Because then I will interact with them, and now money starts to remember. What if money grew on trees? If money actually just was there for us to grab? This is Japan today. This is Coco Presso. It's a coffee brand. They have a vending machine. Next to the vending machine, they have a poster. On the poster, it says, bring your mobile phone here, and we will give you a coupon. Then it has an arrow and says, the nearest Coco Presso vending machine is 2 meters this way. Come here and get the coffee for trial for 50 cents off or whatever. Money growing on trees. Coca-Cola just told us that if you do mobile-enabled vending machines, they produce 18%, 18% more business. Same vending machine, but if you make it mobile-enabled, you get 18% more money out of it. So it's just beautiful if money could just create itself. What if money was connected? This is what Finnair does. Finnair, lots of airlines now do mobile check-in. That's nothing new. We've had it for 10 years. Finnair invented it. But what they now do when more than half of all Finnair passengers use mobile check-in. Very clever. After they have stopped selling tickets on this flight from Frankfurt to Helsinki, when you are in there in check-in doing all the take your belts off and take your shoes off and do the whole crazy thing at the airport, at that point, Finnair knows on this Airbus, they have 87 passengers flying from Frankfurt to Helsinki. They know check-in is closed, every person is in, we cannot sell more tickets. They know that in business class there are 4 empty seats. So they go to economy class, Finnair, frequent flyers. And they start with platinum level frequent flyers. And they say, we have a couple of seats in business class still available. Would you like to buy a one-time upgrade from economy class to business class? Because you are a platinum level customer, you can get it for 50 euros. Or we can use your miles. You get a discounted level of miles that you can upgrade to business class. Maybe they sell one of those seats. Then they go to the gold level members and they say, we have a couple of seats left in business class. If you would like to buy an upgrade from economy class to business class, 75 euros, because you're gold level member, we will upgrade you and you can travel in business class on this. And then they go to silver level and so forth. Imagine the power to profitability. where on every single flight, Finnair can fully sell out business class. You cannot do this when people are being processed inside the airport on anything else except with mobile. And don't think this is just airlines. What they're doing in England, for example, now cinema, movie theaters, they are offering you the chance on every Wednesday, when nobody goes to the movies on Wednesday, if you pay for your movie ticket with a mobile phone, you get 2 tickets for the price of 1. I'm a big James Bond fan. I'd like to see the James Bond movie twice, but I cannot use it for myself because it is for the 7 o'clock showing. So I cannot come at 9 o'clock and try to see the movie again. No, but I bring my best friend. He's also a James Bond fan, and we watch it together. Next week, Wednesday, we go together, and then we watch Tarantino, and he pays for it, and we get 2 for 1. But the power, what we can do with mobile. What if money was loyal? If money had loyalty, we can do signatures already on mobile. Spain was first, they do it in Turkey. This is something we can use the Platimo platform, etc. So we can actually have contracts signed just with SMS signatures. What if you had user-generated money? How crazy is this? User-generated money. Germany, they started with postage stamps. Why do we have this crazy idea of killing those trees to manufacture postage stamps that we have to then stick onto those envelopes to send it over so we can get an envelope to go from Belgrade to Sarajevo? I mean, that's absolutely crazy. Why not just order the stamp via SMS? You get a unique code onto your mobile phone, 12-digit alphanumeric. You write that on the envelope. And postage takes it very happily. Germany does it, Denmark does it, Norway, who was it? Denmark and Sweden have already copied the same idea. Of course, this is the future. The stamps, this is a crazy idea. Except people who like to collect stamps, let's stop doing this. This is just so old-fashioned. What if money could talk? Wouldn't that be magical money? This is Hong Kong today. Guinness Beer offers a tourist guide when they have the big sports tournament in rugby called the Sevens. It was just now in Hong Kong again. So Guinness offers the typical sports guide, so you know which team is playing which team and who is winning and who are the statistics and who are the heroes and who's sick and all the kind of sports stuff. It is also a tourist guide for Hong Kong. So you know where is your hotel and where is the subway and where's the airport and where's the embassy and it's a Guinness guide, so it will tell you which bars serve Guinness, obviously. The whole thing is free. The clever part, in Hong Kong, most of Hong Kong operates in English, but not everything. Taxi drivers, for example, don't speak English. They only speak Cantonese. So there are certain places where you need to be able to speak Cantonese. On the phone, you just press a button on, there are a couple of phrases. Take me to the hotel. I would like to buy a Guinness. How is a beautiful lady like you doing in a bar like this? Flirting, a couple of comments like that, and so forth. So you click on the button, and your mobile phone talks in Cantonese. You click on the button in English. Very simple. This is not rocket science. This is not astronomically difficult translation service with Google Translate going into the network and into the cloud. No. Very simple link. Behind this link, here are 50 most common phrases that people need in Hong Kong. Press here and your phone speaks in Cantonese. So you can tell the taxi driver, please take me to my hotel, which is, and so forth. Beautiful. Look how good it was. Generated 25% more business for Guinness during the tournament when they ran this. So, I mean, the kind of power that we can do. What if cash had a cash register built in? Point of sale device built into money. How powerful would that be? This is what we see now. It was the example that Marco talked about with Platimo. For example, taxi drivers. They don't have to get the expensive credit card reader because they can do it. They can do it directly with the mobile phone. The power that we can get so much more out of device because every person can also now act as someone who receives money, not only someone who pays money. What if money could sell on your behalf? If cash could be your salesman, if money could sell. Tesco's, supermarket in England. The most devious mobile application yet. Absolutely super clever, super sneaky. It starts very innocently has a wonderful, simple application for you. On your mobile phone, you can create your shopping list. Your shopping list. What I need to buy today, I need to buy some cornflakes, I need to buy some Pepsi, I need some orange juice, and so forth. I put it on my list, what I need to buy today. The clever thing, Tesco application will ask, which store are you going to? I'm saying I'm going to the store next to my home, or I'm going to the store next to the office, or if it's a GPS-enabled modern smartphone, I say, this store, and it measures from the satellite, where am I, location-based, and then it will rearrange my shopping items based on what aisles they are at Tesco. So in aisle number 2 has cornflakes, then in aisle number 4 you get orange juice, and then in aisle number 5 you get Pepsi. Rearranges my shopping based on the actual store shopping aisles. This is magical for the shopper. Now think, what will Tesco do with this? This is the loyalty card. They have already asked my permission, can they give me coupons? And I say, yes, of course, please. So now Tesco knows that Mr. Ahonen is in London. He's going to Tesco store number 62. And on his shopping list, he has Pepsi. That's when Tesco calls Coca-Cola and says, Coca-Cola, I have a loyal Pepsi buyer coming to my store. Would you like to give that customer a 2-for-1 Coca-Cola offer? Because he is now at aisle number 4 and he will momentarily be in aisle number 5. This is the future of marketing. This is the future of business. If I buy those Coca-Colas today, 2-for-1, Tesco makes more business, sold 2 Coca-Colas, not 1 Pepsi, and next week they go back to Pepsi and say, oh, I have an ex-loyal Pepsi buyer who've recently gone to Coca-Cola. Would you like to give him an offer, 2-for-1, sell more Pepsi? Tesco will never sell my name to Coca-Cola. They will never abuse me. They will not give me advertising for Diet Coke. I don't drink Diet Coke. I don't drink any diet drinks. So they only give me the stuff that I really buy, that I say yes to, and so forth. And they protect my loyalty. But this is the future of the loyalty card. So, mobile will win. In the money race, this is inevitable. This is a path for which there is no going the other way. Kenya, the best example. In 4 years from launch, m-pesa in Kenya has now achieved that 58% of all banking accounts in Kenya are mobile banking accounts, and, more amazingly, 30% of the total Kenyan GDP already goes through a mobile phone. Now, Kenya is not quite advanced as Serbia in terms of the banking industry and so forth. There are reasons why this happened so rapidly in Kenya. But because this story is told everywhere around the world, everyone is now paying attention to mobile money. Everyone is. This is going to be the future. Look what's happening in Sweden. In Sweden, bus drivers were being robbed for the little bit of cash that a bus driver has. In Sweden, you've been able to pay for your bus fare for 10 years with mobile phone, no problem. They could have tried to put bulletproof glass to protect the bus drivers. Very expensive. Every bus, you have to put the thick glass to make sure that they can. They just decided, let's get rid of cash. And they changed the law. In Sweden, you cannot pay for bus tickets anymore by cash. You can buy it at certain places and pay with your debit card, your credit card. You can pay always in a bus by mobile phone, but you cannot use cash anymore. This is the future. Money, mobile is starting to kill cash. And to really prove my point, the Swedish parliament liked it so much, they're the first government which started the discussion on the ending of manufacturing cash. They haven't decided the date. Sweden takes a long time to decide. I come from Finland. We like to make fun about our neighbors from Sweden. Take a long time to decide. But the Swedish parliament, first one in the world, to start the discussion already. When, not if, when will they stop the manufacturing of cash? It will happen. It will happen in our lifetimes. It will happen soon. So, I want to end on a few thoughts about magic. Mobile services can be magical. When you are thinking about your opportunity, try to think about making it magical for your customers when they are coming to your store, when they want to take advantage of this opportunity. We saw the little example from Tesco's. Now look at this. Tiffany's. They did a mobile website like we have here, the mobile bookstore. So they have online website and a mobile website. When their advertising agency in New York, RGA, looked at their mobile website, they noticed that the mobile website was not mobile optimized. So you could do e-business on the website, and the same website was on the mobile phone. Then they changed the mobile website to be mobile optimized. Tiffany's jewelry selling, they increased their sales by 125%. More than doubled the sale on the mobile website only by mobile optimizing it. Only by mobile optimizing it. This proves as an absolute fact there is no one web. There cannot be one internet which is the same in our pocket and same on a laptop screen. Cannot be. If we can find this kind of a difference, if we mobile optimize a website. Most of you will have a website. You should now mobile optimize it, because your mobile optimized website will do better after you mobile optimized it. And obviously, then you put Platimo on it, make sure that you get your money through mobile as well. So, now, how about magic? The craziest story comes from England, from Flirtomatic. If you go to a bar or to a restaurant, anywhere here in Belgrade, and you ask for a drink, you have a glass of wine, you'd like to put some ice into that glass of wine, you have a Coca-Cola, you want to put some ice in it, the bartender cannot charge you for the ice. Nobody's willing to pay cash for two ice cubes into my drink. But Flirtomatic invented a way to sell us ice cubes onto our mobile phone. How crazy ice cubes? These ice cubes, they arrive on your mobile phone, and you see something crazy arrived on my phone, and then you look at your phone, going, what's on it? And you see, oh, an ice cube came, and it starts to melt, and it disappears. 6 seconds later, it's gone, it will never come back again. A melting, disappearing ice cube that cost 50 British pence a piece to send. Who sends paid ice cubes to each other? It's friends who want to share an emotion. So you are stuck in traffic. It's a beautiful summer day in Belgrade, but it's horribly hot and your air conditioning is broken in your car. Your friend sends you an ice cube. You are here stuck listening to Tomi Ahonen, Oxford guy, long stories about mobile. It's a hot day, I want to get back to the drinks and so forth. Someone sends you an ice cube. I'm there, be cool, it'll be over in a moment and so forth. They sold 2,500 of these in the first weekend, meaning Flirtomatic sells 200,000 euros worth of non-existing ice cubes on a mobile phone. 200,000 euros worth of non-existing ice cubes that no bar can sell you the real ice cube. And the real ice cube makes your drink cold. This doesn't even make your mobile phone cold. That's how crazy mobile is. So, this brings me to the end of my presentation. I want to inspire you a little bit to think about the future for your business and where can we go with this. You have an exceptional opportunity. When I wrote my book, in it I was looking at the early companies that are pioneering and experimenting to do something in the Philippines or something in Norway or something in Brazil and so forth. But for the first time, we have here the telecoms operator, the minister, we have the big banks, all coming together to work and build this for you. This is a far more advanced solution than we have anywhere else in Europe. You are sitting at a beautiful gold mine to really take Serbia into the leadership. I want my next book to have not 50 examples from Asia and Africa. I want the next book to have 50 examples of what you did. Cool things in making mobile money happen here. So that is why I want to end with a little story. We come back to that little child and you're thinking about that future. Then next time when your little grandson or granddaughter asks you about, oh, can you tell me another story about the future? Then you will take one of those that you've carefully kept, one of that, Serbian money, and so this is what money was like when I was young. And they will go like, oh my God, but where's the screen and how can you button it? Isn't this, it's going to break so easily, and what if it gets wet? And if you lose it, what happens to it? Money, this really is an old-fashioned instrument. Thank you very much.
Ja se zahvaljujem gospodinu Ahonen na ovoj divnoj